open source intelligence. Hold on. Oh, I can't. There we go. I'll look into this and see what this is about. So, let's go on Wiki for now. Okay. Open source intelligence, OSINT, is a multi-factor quantitative methodology for collecting, analyzing, and making decisions about data accessible in publicly available sources to be used in an intelligence context. In the intelligence community, the term open refers to overt, publicly available sources, as opposed to covert or clandestine sources. OSINT, under one name or another, has been around for hundreds of years. With the advent of instant communications with rapid information transfer, a great deal of actionable and predictive intelligence can now be obtained from public, unclassified sources. It is not related to open source software or collective intelligence. Okay, so let's try and... So, it's basically stuff that you find on the internet or in public places, like libraries and newspapers and such. I think they're trying to say. I will actually I want to do something on the intelligence community, but that's going to be later on in this, like in the Operation Blackout series. Okay, what's collective? Is shared or group intelligence that emerges from the collaboration, collective effort. So like hive mind. Collective intelligence is shared or group intelligence that emerges from the collaboration, collective efforts. And competition of many individuals and appears in consensus decision making. The term appears in sociobiology, political science, and in context of mass peer review and crowdsourcing applications. It may involve consensus, social capital, and formalism, such as voting systems, social media, and other means of quantifying mass activity. Oh, so it's like voting stuff. Okay. And
it's 20 hours.
Okay. That seems interesting though. I must admit, that does seem interesting. Okay. OSINT is the collection and analysis of information that is gathered from public or open sources. Okay, I just want to do a check. I don't know why, but my brain is telling me to. Something is telling me. Okay. Collective intelligence is the body of knowledge that grows out of a group. When groups of people work together, they create intelligence that cannot exist on an individual level. Making decisions as a group, forming a consensus, getting ideas from different sources, and motivating people through competition are all components of collective intelligence. Thomas Malone, the Patrick J. McGovern Professor of Management at MIT and the founding director at the MIT Center for Collective Intelligence, coined the term. In his book, The Future of Work, Malone has theorized that businesses of the future will look very different from today's organizations because of collective information gathering. Artificial intelligence involving computers and other types of automation have produced collective intelligence as different types of groups connect with one another to produce a body of knowledge. Almost everything falls under collective umbrella. In an interview with The Edge, Malone notes that virtually everything that he and other individuals do today falls under the sorry about this, guys. Auspices of collective intelligence. What we consider intelligence doesn't just simply arise in everyone's brain, as it also encompasses the interactions among individuals. Malone defines the term as people acting together in a way that appears to be intelligent. The opposite, namely groups acting together in what may, for a lack of better phrase, appear to be stupid, also occurs. Groups that qualify the collective term include families, companies, countries, armies, and the like. Collective behavior, whether intelligent or stupid, has existed for a long time. Okay. So this just sounds like the hive mind to me. Yeah. Are they going to technology, internet, online sources of intelligence? Okay. That was kind of interesting. Okay. I think that cleared it up better than actually bloody Wikipedia, which is strange actually, because usually Wikipedia just, you know. Also, sorry about my voice sounding different. It's I have sinuses, so when they're really blocked up, my voice sounds different. But yeah, just ignore that. Okay, now we can go back. OSINT is primarily used in national security, and we're gonna be doing that a little bit later. Law enforcement and business intelligence functions, and is of value to analysts who use non-sensitive intelligence in answering classified, unclassified, or proprietary intelligence requirements across the previous intelligence disciplines. A type of intelligence property that comprises formulas, practices, processes, designs, instruments. Oh, scientific trade secrets. Okay. So that word basically means trade secrets of what they use to make a product. So, okay. OSINT sources can be divided up into 6 different categories of information flow. Media, print newspaper, magazines, radio and television from across and between countries. Internet, online publications, blogs, discussion groups, citizen media, i.e. cell phone videos and user-created content, YouTube, and other social media websites, i.e. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. This source also outpaces a variety of other sources due to its timeless and ease of access, which is probably what. Yeah. I mean, it's alright if people are on a cell phone and they're making videos and stuff like that, but when it comes to like watching videos and stuff, I know you are watching a video right now, yes, but I like to put my sources down as well because I want others to search this information for themselves and to do more research. Okay. Public government data. Public government reports, budgets, hearings, telephone directories, press conferences, websites and speeches. Although this source comes from an official source, they are publicly accessible and may be used openly and freely. So that would be the president's website, the government websites for each country, things like that. Professional and academic publications. Information acquired from journals, conferences, symposia. What does that mean? We are going to look and see what that means because I don't know what that means. Okay, Cambridge. A small trickle of publications has started to swell and symposia. That doesn't really tell you what that is. Okay. are depicted in Greek and Etruscan art that shows familiar scenes in modern usage. Okay. Come to mean an academic conference or meeting, such as scientific, the equivalent of a Greek symposium in Roman is a Latin convivium. Okay, so coming from okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, academic papers, dissertations and theses, commercial data, commercial imagery, financial and industrial assessments and databases, grey literature, technical reports, reprints, patents, working papers, business documents, unpublished works and newsletters. OSINT is distinguished from research in that it applies the process of intelligence to create tailored knowledge supportive of a specific decision by a specific individual or group. Okay, definition. OSINT is defined by both the U.S. Director of National Intelligence and the U.S. Department of Defense as intelligence produced from publicly available information that is collected, exploited, and disseminated in a timely manner to an appropriate audience for the purpose of addressing a specific intelligence requirement. As defined by NATO, OSINT is intelligence derived from publicly available information, as well as other unclassified information that has limited public distribution or access. According to political scientist Jeffrey T. Richardson, open source acquisition involves procuring verbal, written, or electronically transmitted material that can be obtained legally. In addition to documents and videos available via the internet or provided by a human source, others are obtained after US or allied forces have taken control of a facility or site formerly operated by a foreign government or terrorist group. Okay. Try to dissect that. Basically, it's information you can get from videos. So, say who's that guy? Elliot Rogers. And they found videos of him talking about why he's an incel and stuff, which is another topic I want to actually go into in another series. That was public. If you was an intelligence agent, you could find that. Just things like that. So, by the US or allied forces, some information that they have found and can unclassify, maybe. Control of a facility or formerly operated by provided by internet or human source. Okay. Security researcher Mark M. Lowenthal defines OSINT as any and all information that can be derived from overt collection All types of media, government reports and other documents, scientific research and reports, commercial vendors of information, the internet and so on. The main qualifiers to open source information are that it does not require any type of clandestine collection techniques to obtain it, and that it must be obtained through means that entirely meet the copyright and commercial requirements of the vendor where applicable. I think I'm saying it right. Applicable. Yeah. Okay. So when I say clandestine, I mean like okay. Let's look up clandestine now. This is another thing I want to go through, but I'll just do the short. Basically, secrecy. So things Seth Rich getting the information to WikiLeaks, that would be clandestine. Okay, I'm going to put that away as well. Okay, history. Oz Inc. in the United States traces its origins to the creation of the Foreign Broadcasting Monitoring Service, FBMS, an agency responsible for the monitoring of foreign broadcasts. An example of their work is reflected in the application of the correlation of changes in the price of oranges in Paris with that of railway bridges being bombed successfully. The Aspen-Brown Commission stated in 1996 that US access to open sources was severely deficient and that this should be a top priority for both funding and the DCI attention. And DCI is Director of Central Intelligence. So, Central Intelligence Agency was the head of the American Central Intelligence Agency from 1946 to 2005, acting as the principal intelligence advisor to the President of the United States. Okay. In July 2004, following the September 11 attacks, the 9/11 Commission recommended the creation of an open source intelligence agency. In March 2005, the Iraq Intelligence Commission recommended the creation of an open source directorate at the CIA, which we are looking at right now. Following these recommendations, in November 2005, the Director of National Intelligence announced the creation of the DNI Open Source Center. Ooh. So there's like a center now. Is previously named Intelligence Center located in Reston, Virginia, which provides analysis of open source intelligence materials, including grade literature. Through OSC's headquarters and overseas bureaus, established on November 1st, 2005 by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, OSC is tasked with improving the availability of open source intelligence or open source to intelligence officers and other government officials. OSC provides materials to the National Technical Information Service, NTIS, and that's part of the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, I think. Yes. Which also kind of, let's have a look. The department, of comments, sorry, that might be a different one. I think it's NITS, sorry. Shipping and film service, e-services, government web posting. Does it have like the site? Because if it might be the site I'm actually. This article incorporates public domain material. Okay. National Archives, National Technical Reports Library. Okay. I'm just having a look because I want to see if it's the website I'm thinking of. It's taking a while. Come on, little computer, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, do I have to do it myself? NTIS. No, it's not that one. Okay. It's not the one I am thinking of. Okay. Ooh, but it does have a lot of things about it, so that's awesome. Let's put that away. Okay. It's the wrong one I was thinking of. Okay. Under the provision of the National Technical Information Act of 1988, 15 USC. Okay. Laws acquire popular names as a. Okay. Oh, that just. Okay, here it is. No. Okay. I get very confused with your laws in America. These things here. Okay. So, national technical. Okay. What was it with? Centers. So, they recommended it. Containing over 3 million bibliographic records, the NTIS content collection is a significant resource for accessing the latest research sponsored by the United States and select foreign governments. The collection represents the technical results of billions of dollars the US government allocates for scientific research. The contents of the collection include research reports, computer products, software, and more. Bloody hell. So let's go with, let's see, what their reports are. So partner with us. Oh no, I can't access that because I'm not a government official. Okay. But it's one of those, I think, HSS, Office of Inspector Combating Healthcare Fraud. Ooh. NTIS helps federal agencies rapidly analyze, manage, and implement scalable data solutions by leveraging, and I'm going to make this bigger, this is actually more sense than Wikipedia. Again, oh, that's good because I don't think we should rely on Wikipedia. So that's okay. An extensive NTIS network of technical talent from private industry, which is often difficult to locate in today's competitive IT landscape. Results from the Federal Data Meeting, which NTIS hosted in April 2017, highlight the recurring and commonplace federal IT difficulties involving data recovery, data interoperability, data analytic and forecasting, and data security that often hinder agencies' decision makers. Okay. Events and helps agencies realize a near future when real-time diverse data sets may be used to reduce traffic congestion, increase energy efficiency, and reduce fraud and waste for American public. Okay. I see. About us. I should have gone that on. We're part of America's data agency, the US Department of Commerce. The National Technical Information Service, NTIS, helps federal agencies make better decisions on data with data. We provide the support and structure that helps our partners securely store, analyze, and sort and aggregate data in new ways. We use our private sector partners' knowledge to create new ways of using data to solve problems. Our joint venture program works side by side with universities, non-profits, and industry professionals. Together, they can experiment with data science technologies before they're available in the marketplace.
It's 2030.
So it was created after World War II. They house 3 million publications, and our data covers topics that range from aerodynamics to urban development. Our archive spans the Manhattan Project to present. Whoa. Data-driven government. The new mission provide data services to federal agencies through joint venture. We're achieving results. We have in-house data scientists, project managers, researchers, and such, and we don't want to work there. Okay. So they're like a large place with lots of data in it. Okay. Makes a lot of sense there. Okay. We are gonna go and put this away, I think. Okay, where were we? In addition to collecting openly available information, it would train analysts to make better use of this information. The Centre absorbed the CIA's previously existing Foreign Broadcast Information Service, originally established in 1941, with FBIS head Douglas Naken named as the director of the centre. Then, following the events of 9/11, the Intelligence Reform and Terrorism Prevention Act merged FBIS and other research elements into the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, creating the open source enterprise. Okay. So, if you was a targeting analyst, you would be able to go into the NTIS, you would be able to go into the Open Source Center, be able to go into the facility. Open Source Enterprise operates a facility at Caversham Park alongside the UK's equivalent open source intelligence service, BBC Monitoring. Okay. In an information sharing collaboration nature, BBC Monitoring handles media from 25% of the world, while open source handles the remaining 75%. There are plans to move monitoring headquarters elsewhere, possibly impacting this cooperation. Okay. So that place is in the UK. Okay. That's interesting. And there's BBC Monitoring. Hang on. Is a division of the British Book which monitors and reports on mass media worldwide, based at New Broadcasting House, the BBC's headquarters in central London. It has overseas bureaus in Cairo, Delhi, in Istanbul, Jerusalem, Kabul, Kyiv, Miami, Moscow, Nairobi, Ramallah, and Tashkent, and I can't say that word. I'm not even going to try. Oh, it's a place in Georgia, okay, and this place is the central West Bank located 10 kilometers north of Jerusalem. Okay, we know now. And this is in Uzbekistan. Okay. A signals receiving station for BBC monitoring is at Crowsley Park in South Oxfordshire, close to BBCM's former headquarters at Caversham Park. Oh, okay. And I translate, and reporting produced by the service is used as open source intelligence by elements of the British government and commercial customers. Oh, okay, so basically it's a place where they can just say, here you go, here's some information you can have. Okay. I feel like we're learning a lot here. Let's have a look at the website. What we do, our marketing teams have an understanding of the media landscape in around 150 countries. The deep knowledge of local context and language gives us greater insight and information that others miss. Before the breakout of the Second World War, the British government asked the BBC to establish an organisation to monitor the use of the media by the Axis powers, and especially the powerful new medium radio. Over the last 80 years, BBC monitoring has innovated and developed, now monitoring over 3,000 sources across radio, TV, press, online, and social in 100 languages. Our purpose remains to observe. Okay, so it's observing information and seeing if, source of information for our global monitoring activities are Black Sky, monitoring to be a critical partner for our business. Okay. Oxford Analytica, Liverpool John Moores University, Black Sky. Of course they're gonna... Okay. Black Sky, BBC News, the Bureau of Investigative Journalism, and HM Government. Okay, Her Majesty's Government. Nice. Okay. News alerts and such. I bet you have to be a company though. I bet you can't be like a small business and go into that. I just get that feeling off it, like, oh, if you're a small company, we don't want you. Okay. In the information sharing collaboration that monitors okay. We can put that away. I thought we was on the other one. Okie dokie. Furthermore, the private sector has invested in tools which aid in odds-int collection and analysis, specifically in In-Q-Tel, a CIA supported venture capital firm in Arlington, Virginia, assisted companies develop web monitoring and predictive analysis tools. Okay. Value. OzInt is valuable because it has less rigorous processing and exploitation processes and timelines than more technical intelligence disciplines such as HumInt, SigInt, MassInt, and GeoInt, etc. Additionally, OzInt collects a valuable variety of opinions because it encompasses a great variety of sources. According to the Commission on the Intelligence Capability of the United States regarding weapons of mass destruction, report submitted in March 2005, OzInt must be included in all source intelligence process for the following reason as stated in the report. The ever-shifting nature of intelligence needs compels the IC intelligence community to quickly and easily understand a wide range of foreign countries and cultures. Today's threats are rapidly changing and geographically diffuse, and intelligence analysis may be forced to shift rapidly from one topic to the next. Increasingly, IC professionals need to quickly assimilate social, economic, and cultural information about a country, information often detailed in open sources. 2. Open source information provides a base for understanding classified material. Despite large quantities of classified material produced by the IC, the amount of classified information produced on any one topic can be quite limited and may be taken out of context if viewed only from a classified source perspective. A notable example relates to terrorism, where open source information can fill gaps and create links that allow analysts to better understand fragmented intelligence, rumored terrorist plans, possible means of attack, and potential targets. 3. Open source materials can protect sources and methods. Sometimes an intelligence judgment that is actually informed with sensitive classified information can be defended on the basis of open source reporting. This can prove useful when policymakers need to explain policy decisions or communicate with foreign officials without compromising classified sources. Number 4. Only open source can store history. A robust open source program can, in effect, gather data to monitor the world's cultures and how they change with time. This is difficult, if not impossible, using the snapshots provided by classified collection methods. Okay, so I think, in other words, they're saying that open source intelligence can fill in the gaps and also help with, say, when Bush was saying about weapons of mass destruction, saying it without giving away the information that he knows, or the people who give him the information, giving it out without giving him so he can connect the dots, although I'm not sure he could connect the dots. but I'm not going to say anything because that's rude. Okay, process. OzInt is a highly diverse form of intelligence collection and analysis. It does not have its own agency. However, units are scattered within the Department of Defense and the State Department. Most OzInt collectors need to take precautions while collecting information from the internet. This can come in the form of using a VPN to anonymize their identity and collect information more discreetly. This is where evaluating sources become important to the overall OzInt collection and analysis process. An OzInt analysis needs intelligence evaluation to determine a true process or expose a false process that would affect predicting the future. Finally, the analysis need to find use of the evaluated intelligence so that it can be incorporated into a finished, classified, unclassified, or proprietary intelligence product. So, big data, in other words. Okay. Information collection in OzInt is generally a different problem from collection in other intelligence disciplines, where obtaining the raw information to be analyzed may be the major difficulty, particularly if it is to be obtained from non-cooperative targets. In OzInt, the chief difficulty is the identifying relevant, reliable sources from the vast amount of publicly available information. However, this is not as great a challenge for those who know how to access local knowledge and how to leverage human experts who can create new tailored knowledge on the fly. Okay, so then we're going on to big data. Okay, I'm only going to read the first bit of this. Big data is a field that treats ways to analyze, systematically extract information from, or otherwise deal with data sets that are too large or complex to be dealt with by traditional data processing application software. Okay, so it filters all the information and puts it into a data set. Okay. Alright. Open source intelligence analysis software. There are several categories of tools intended for OzInt analysis. The first category includes open source tools to query multiple search engines simultaneously, such as Intel techniques, or search engines that provide results separately, such as All-in-One or DuckDuckGo. This category also includes social media search engines and search engines of domains and people such as people.com, Whoisnet, Website Informer. The second category is designed for big data and analytics platforms such as DataWalk, which combine OzInt insight with local internal data for further visual analysis and to conduct linked analysis to identify connections across a large volume of records. Okay, so basically they get that data, their data, they put it all together and it goes into a big pot of information where they can connect it all, and yeah, intelligence. So I know that one. NS Lookup, Foca, The Harvester, Shodan, Multigo, Recon, Census, Social Links, and Spectrum. And then okay. United States. There are a large number of open source activities taking place throughout the United States government. Frequently, these open source activities are described as media monitoring, media analysis, internet research, and public surveys, but are open source nonetheless. The Library of Congress sponsors the Federal Research Division, which conducts a great deal of tailored open source research on a fee-for-service basis for executive branch. So you pay them money and they go, oh yeah, we'll do that for you. Intelligence. The US intelligence community's open source activities, known as the National Open Source Enterprise, are dictated by Intelligence Community Directive 301, promulgated by the Director of National Intelligence. The Director establishes the authority and responsibility of the Assistant Deputy Director of the National Intelligence for Open Source, the DNI's Open Source Center, and the National Open Source Committee. Okay, yeah, I think we read that. So it's used in the armed forces as well, and Homeland Security as well, and in law enforcement, as in Interpol, the police, things like that. Business, private specialized business, so like business intelligence or private intelligence agencies. Okay. A main hindrance, risks of practitioners. A main hindrance of practical OSINT is the volume of information it has to deal with, information explosion. The amount of data being distributed increases at a rate that it becomes difficult to evaluate sources in intelligence analysis. Accredited journalists have some protection in asking questions and researching for recognized media outlets. Even so, they can be imprisoned, even executed, for seeking out OSINT. Private individuals illegally collecting data for a foreign military or intelligence agency is considered espionage in most countries. Of course, espionage that is not treason, i.e. betraying one's country of citizenship, has been a tool of statecraft since ancient times. Okay, so what I'm saying is there's so much information that it could be like an explosion, like your brain goes. That's what I'm getting from it. So journalists probably go to the AP and Reuters for their information if they have questions. But if you are a private person. So say you're someone who is a hacker, or like someone who does like collecting information for someone over the internet, for a country overseas, then that would be considered espionage. And not treason, because you are not betraying your own betraying one's country, which doesn't make sense. Attacking a state authority to which one owes allegiance. These typical acts, such as participating in a war against one's native country. Oh, okay. Okay, and then you've got all these links. So I'm gonna say toodle pip for now, but I will be back in the next segment, and hopefully we'll make a lot of more sense of this one through something else, and we might find more information. So I will see you then. Bye.